So Not Tomorrow Yet was quite a big episode. We saw Rick's group go savage and slaughter a group of people in their sleep. Although I don't necessarily agree with Rick's plan, I do understand where it's coming from. I understand the fact that he's all, we have to get to them before they get to us. I mean, if you look back at the whole situation with the governor or Terminus, Rick has learned along the way that you can't trust people. You can't give people the benefit of the doubt. Rick's decision is getting a lot of backlash online, but I do understand why he did it. I do understand where he's coming from. But at the same time, I can see Morgan's point of view as well. As we all know, Morgan is sort of a peacekeeper. He doesn't agree with killing for the sake of killing. When Rick tells everybody in the church that they have to go to war with the Saviours, Morgan is the one to stand up and say, can we not talk to them first? Can we not try and fix it without violence almost? And Rick shoots him down straight away and pretty much says no. Now, although I understand Morgan's thought process, he should know. I mean, he's been in this world long enough. Back in season 1, episode 1, when he met Rick, obviously his son was still alive, so he did have that kind of fatherly instinct to do whatever needed to be done to protect his family, the ones he loved. We saw that he couldn't kill his wife, who was a walker, stumbling around outside the house. Then later on in the series, when we meet him again, he's gone a little bit mad. He has traps set everywhere. He seems like a really violent person. And when Rick finally gets through to him and tells him he can come back with us, he declines. And then he later pops up again when he comes to Alexandria. Only this time he seems like a completely different person. He's much more calm and collected. The scene where he walks in on Rick is when Rick is giving that speech and he's covered in blood and everybody from the town is sitting down listening to him talk. He had just killed Jesse's husband. For the life of me, I can't remember his name. So he had just killed Porch Dick, and Morgan walks in on it, and Morgan seems kind of freaked out by the whole thing. We later find out why Morgan had become such a peacekeeper, why he had resorted to a more relaxed, calm way of settling things, why he didn't believe in violence anymore. And at the end of the last episode, we find out that Maggie and Carol had got taken hostage. Now, to be fair, I don't really know what the group expected. I mean, they went in the middle of the night to a group of people that they'd never met before, they didn't know much about. They left Carol and Maggie, 2 women, alone on their own. And then your man pulled the alarm, it set off the alarm system, and the whole building was just radiating sound. To be honest, I did see that one coming, especially when Carol had that talk with Rick, when she was like, why is Maggie here? She shouldn't even be here. I'm going to stay with her. And then once the alarm goes off, Maggie wants to go in and help, but Carol stops her, and she's pretty full on at what she says. She's like, no, you stay here. That's when we see the mother instinct come in Carol. At the very end of the episode, they capture a saviour that tried to leave. And then we hear that woman on the walkie-talkie, and she tells us that they have Carol and Maggie. Now, I don't understand why everyone was so shocked, like why Rick and Glenn, and why they were all so shocked. I mean, like I said, they almost forgot about Carol and Maggie. I mean, they were just standing over the saviour with their guns pointed at him, and then... So that was what happened last episode. I haven't actually seen the promo for the next episode yet, but I'm going to check it out now.
On the next episode of AMC's The Walking Dead.
Okay. They're all women?
So we have a deal.
Okay.
You're wondering if there's a way out of this. There isn't. Not unless I say so.
No, this doesn't look good.
For more video, go to AMC.com.
So that promo wasn't really insightful. It just told us what we already knew, that the Saviours had Carol and Maggie. So in the next episode, I reckon Rick is going to try and strike up a deal with them. He's going to swap the fella they have for Carol and Maggie. But that is an unfair trade. I mean, 1 man for 2 women. I mean, I don't see them agreeing to that. So next episode, I would say, is going to be equally, if not more, tense. I feel this isn't good for Carol, though. I mean, in the last episode, we had the kiss between her and Tobin, which sent everyone, including myself, into a frenzy. Because, why would she kiss this guy? She barely knows him. What's the point? I mean, why throw that curveball in? Now she's been taken hostage. So are things going to go bad for Carol? That being said, things aren't looking too good for Maggie either. I mean, she's Glenn, she has the baby coming, everything was going great. So maybe she's the one who gets Negan's death. In the comics, Glenn, as you all know, gets killed by Lucille. Maybe, though, they might switch things up for the season finale. They could have it set up that Maggie is going to be killed that way, and maybe Glenn steps in and kind of swaps his life for her. Or I could see Carol doing that too, because Carol has lost so much already. I mean, she lost her daughter very early on. She lost Lizzie and Mika, which was a huge blow to the system for her. Because over the Sophia thing, she felt responsible for the two little girls. That whole look at the flowers scene, it was just really emotional for her. Then we had the whole thing with Tyrese, where she killed Tyrese's girlfriend. Then we had Rick banishing her from Alexandria. And then, like I said, in episode 12, we saw Carol kind of talking to Rick, like, why is she here? So Carol was kind of insinuating, no, she's pregnant, she shouldn't be here. And of course, Glenn and Maggie's little baby is almost a kind of little ray of hope, or a sign that things will get better, that there is some form of hope for the future. And I think Carol sees that. So I think if something was to happen, Maggie, like if Maggie was to be in serious danger, or if she was like next in line to be killed, I have a feeling Carol would, without a doubt, step up and swap places with Maggie, because she'd want to protect the baby. Rick has been really interesting this half of the season. He's gone almost governor-like. Now, I always said it about the governor that, you know, he always kind of did what he had to do or what he thought was right. Rick has kind of slipped into that mindset too. I mean, sneaking in and killing a group of people in their sleep. Rick wouldn't have even contemplated that in season 1. But he didn't even think about it this time round. He knows what needs to be done and he does it. I wouldn't say that Rick has lost his morals, because, I mean, he still has them. He's just doing what he thinks is best for his family and for his group. He knows if he kills the Saviors, number 1, they're not gonna come back and like kill him. And 2, he'll be able to do trade with the Hilltop. So in his head, it's for the best. Even though it mightn't seem that, I mean, it is pretty dark, and it is something that season 1 Rick would have, like, shunned. So the next episode is going to be all about getting Carol and Maggie back, but I don't know, I don't see them getting them back in the next episode, it'll be too soon, but I don't see them dragging it out either to the finale, because that's, what, 3 episodes away? Will they really drag that storyline out for 3 whole episodes? So my mind now has kind of been changed a little bit as to who I think will die. I have a feeling it's more than likely Carol. I mean, given her storyline, everything she's been through, the whole kind of morality fight with Morgan, killing Tyrese's girlfriend, recognising that Maggie's pregnant, and Carol views that as a very big deal. That whole kiss with Tobin, I reckon Carol's in trouble anyway. Whether it's the Lucille death or just death in general, I reckon there's something coming for Carol and it's not going to be good. Glenn and Maggie are both in trouble as well, so the next episode's going to be about them devising a plan to get them back. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the fella that they have held captive, because I don't see there being like a trade or a swap done, because, like I said, the numbers don't match up. I have a feeling Rick will just kill your man to prove that he means business and go after Carol and Maggie anyway. I think it's very interesting though that the people who took Carol and Maggie were all women, because all the main threats, all the main villains that we've seen have been predominantly men. I mean, you have the governor, you have your man, the leader, the wolves, you've Gareth and all of his crew. Any real serious threat that we've run into have been male. Now, I know that they are kind of little offshoots of Negan's group, but the fact that they're women, I think, was really interesting. So next episode, I reckon, is to devise a plan to get Carol and Maggie back. It won't work. I could see Rick killing the guy that they have held captive. I don't know, I have a feeling kind of like a smaller character could die as well, completely separate to the season finale. Because if you remember back when Merle died, he was supposed to be taking Michonne to the governor, but he decided to let her go and try and do the right thing. I didn't see that coming at all. I didn't see Merle dying that way. So I have a feeling maybe a character like Abraham or someone like that could die in a similar way. They could die trying to be the hero, trying to do something good for the group. I have a feeling we'll see more than one death anyway before the season finale. So that's just my little prediction as to what I think will happen. I can't believe I have to wait like... Oh, Lily Bear, come on up, honey. Scared the fuck out of me, dog. Thought you were someone. I'm gonna bring you into a chair to say hello. Say hi, Lily. Say hi, Lily Bear. Not to me. Say hi to the camera. Who's that? Sit down. Down. So that is just what I see happening. So if you liked, leave a comment and let me know what you think could happen next. Who do you think will be next to go? Do you think that Carol is in serious trouble, or could they change it up and have Maggie die? Do you think that Rick's group will get everybody back? Like, do you think they'll get both Carol and Maggie back? I don't see them getting both women back anyway. Something's going to happen to one of them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.